Hello viewers, I welcome you to Word of Life with Padre Okoromi Paul. I want to use this medium to thank all of you who have been subscribing so far to this YouTube channel, Word of Life with Padre Okoromi Paul. Not just subscribing, and also for those who have been sharing this message. I thank you all, and I say God continuously bless you. And also too, after listening to this message, do not forget to subscribe. Today I'm going to be taking us on the topic love is blind, medical checkups before marriage. Love is blind, medical checkups before marriage. It is in the record that Nigeria has the highest rate of sickle cell patients, which is popularly known as SS. And from our findings, it has been discovered that so many couples who get engaged, they do not really take cognizance or see it as needful to go do their checkups. The chemistry of falling in love, when you fall in love, every other thing is forgotten. We are in a technological advanced age, advanced in medicine and advanced in so many things. And the discovery, the advancement in medicine has made us to know that certain sicknesses can be prevented in certain families if certain precaution is taken. What am I simply talking about? I am talking about the need for couples who are getting married, the need for them to do proper checkup before finally saying I do on the altar. There is a scenario that played out some time ago of a young lady who was always falling ill. She comes back to normal, she falls ill, she comes back to normal. The situation continued for a very long time, and with her knowledge, she came to discover that if the parent has actually taken precaution, known their health status, she will not be the way she is. And one day she has to approach the parent and told the parent, why are you people so wicked? The parents were surprised. Why will our daughter tell us that we are wicked? And she went further and said to the parent, why did you people not check your health status before giving birth to me? Also too, there has been scenario of people who came to meet me and said, please, can you help me look for a good Christian lady for me to get married to? And there's this particular one that actually because normally people come to me and say, please help us look for a wife that we can get married, a Christian wife. So there's this particular scenario in which I actually link up this gentleman and this lady together. The first thing the man asks the lady is, what is your genotype? And when the lady told him her genotype, at the beginning, before anything could start, they are not matched. Their genotype is not matching. And immediately he told the lady, it can't work. I am very, very sorry. Love is blind. Love is blind. Love is blind. Because of that, so many persons have not done what they are supposed to do. And it has continuously bring about having children who at the end of the day, they come into this world and they just go that way. Now, let us look at some of the necessary health checkups or medical checkups necessary before going to say I do, before going to the altar and saying I do. And also too, there is something that is also necessary too. When you are going for medical checkup, it is important that you know that both of you should go to the same hospital, because sometimes it has been revealed that some people go to manipulate results just because they want to marry a particular lady. It still boils down to the idea of love is blind. They want to marry a particular lady and they don't want to leave the lady. For them, if they leave this lady, their life is not going to be the same. There has been scenario in which people, men, they went to manipulate the result, and they manipulate the result from the lab, so that it will be confirmed that both can marry, where in the real sense they are not compatible to get married. Now, let us look at some of the health check that is very, very necessary before you say I do to that man or to that woman. First, you have to know your HIV status. Very, very important. Very, very important. You have to know your hepatitis A, B, and C status. Necessary. And you have to check out for sexually transmitted disease as well, such as syphilis, gonorrhea, staphylococcus, and the like. You need to check for your blood groups as well. You also need to check for the fertility profile of the woman. Very, very, very necessary. Fertility profile of the man, and if also the man and the woman, if they can really give birth to children. Very, very important. Also, chronic medical conditions like hypertension, diabetes, asthma, cardiac disease, cancer, and so on and so forth. And somebody also made a joke that you can also check for COVID-19 status as well. Also, genotype. I want to talk more about genotype, knowing the genotype. Now, this is what we must know. There are certain genotypes that are compatible, and there are some that are not compatible. AA. If the man is AA, the woman is AA, you are good to go. AA plus AS, good to go. AA plus SS, good to go. AA plus AC, good to go. But the following, they are not good to go. Please listen very properly. The following, not good to go. AS plus AS, no way. AS plus SS, no way. AS plus AC, no way. AC plus SS, no way. SS plus SS, no way. SC plus AS, no way. This must be taken into cognizance. It's very, 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 very important. Know the genotype that can work, so that you don't end up giving birth to children that will be suffering all through their life. Now, let us look at some of the reasons why proper medical checkup is necessary before going to say I do. Proper medical checkup, very, very necessary. Out of all the ones I listed now, most couples, they are mostly concerned about the genotype, and they are also concerned about the HIV status, and they are also concerned about the blood group. All these other things, they are very, very, very necessary. They are very, very necessary. We must not forget these other ones that I listed. They are very, very necessary. Proper, the medical checkups necessary before saying I do to that woman, to that man. Now, reasons for this checkup, because sometimes when we fall in love, we seem to forget some of these important facts. They are very, 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 very fundamental. One of the reasons why you should go for medical check before saying I do to that woman is what I call avoiding depression in the marriage. Avoiding depression in the marriage. There is nothing that kills the body more, or that keep you thinking than to see your own baby, your own child, always falling sick. Depression on the part of the family and depression on the part of the child. And also too, not to forget, to add to the medical check necessary before marriage is epileptic. Also check out for traces of epilepsy in the family of the person you are going to marry, because these things always have a way of coming back. Avoiding depression, because there is nothing that pains more than to see your own child every time getting sick, and not just getting sick. And when the child will have to get sick, it has to give you trauma. You pass through trauma just to see that child is okay. It's very painful. Avoiding depression is very, very important. Number 2, another reason why you need to go for medical check and leave out this love is blind thing is to avoid frustration in the marriage. Like the example I was trying to give before now of men trying to manipulate results of what they get from the lab. When you get married to such person, at the end of the day, because of love is blind, you start blaming yourself. Frustration setting. Anything gets you angry. In order to avoid blame, because at the end of the day, the blame game is always the order of the day. We want to blame the couple, we want to blame the woman, but it's not always that. When we do the proper check, all these things will not be there. Frustration in marriage you can avoid it when you do your proper check. Also, to prevent and to avoid bringing forth children that will be sick. Yes, to avoid bringing forth children that will be sick. Children are a gift from the Lord. Yes, but we also need to play our part. It is when we play our part that is when God can be able to do his own part. The proper part that you are supposed to play is to go for check. So when you go for check, you can know if your partner and yourself, if you are compatible. So when you come to know that you are compatible, then you leave the remaining thing for God to do. It's very, very important to avoid bringing forth children that will finally be sick, and not just sick, that at the end of the day leave this world. Like the lady I used as an example earlier. So it is good. This must ring on the bell. Don't allow love to take away your sense of reasoning, and don't allow love to take away your rationality. Love is blind, not in this aspect. You have to make sure that these things are properly taken care of. Also too, another reason why you should do the proper check before getting married is to avoid separation and finally divorce in the marriage. There has been cases in which some persons went to forge medical results, and at the end of the day, when they discovered that children that came out of the marriage are children that have sickle cell, at the end of the day, they are not moved to do anything reasonable. So we must avoid all these things. It's very, very important. Avoid them at all costs. It's very, 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 very important. And also, another reason why proper check is necessary is to avoid investing your time, money, energy on sickness. Investing your time, money, and energy on sickness. Imagine the money that you are supposed to use to do other good thing in the family. You are always using it to save this child that is sick because of ignorance, or not even ignorance, because of negligence of what you are supposed to do. So we must learn proper check. Don't allow love take away these necessary things. They are necessary. They are conditions necessary before you say I do, so that you can be happy in your marriage. That's another reason. So that you can be happy in your marriage. There is nothing that gives the father and the mother joy other than to see their children living in good health and they are not falling sick. It gives them joy, and the family is just good. Because one thing we must remember is health is wealth. It is only somebody that is healthy that can be able to make money. Imagine you always pumping the money you are making. You are pumping it into sickness. So where is the money that you used to invest? Where is the money that you used to send the children to school? Where is the money that you even use to build a house, a shelter for the children? This matter is very, very important. We come to the city, a lot of people come to the city, they fall in love without getting to know the root of who they are falling in love with. So today, I am talking to that youth out there who is contemplating marriage. This message is for you as you are contemplating marriage. Don't forget, the first thing is to check for the history, the medical history of who you are going to get married to. It's very, very important. Let us breed children that will be healthy. Let us save the marriage. Let us save a lot of things. Thank you very much for taking your time to listen to this message. And if you have enjoyed this message, don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel. And don't also forget to share it with your friend. Thank you very much. God bless you.